What's up, guys? I'm back. Mark of Saw Gaming is here to teach you yet another most absolute best way to use a rifle in Battlefield 4. Starting off, second gun in the series, Scar H. This thing is a monster, and it acts like one too. It has a kick of a mule and the recoil of a fucking LMG. It is terrible. The recoil, that is. And the hipfire has nothing, is no better. Hipfire is atrocious too. I'm going to teach you how to compensate for that and use the weapon properly. A little backstory on the, Scar H is basically they were made as DMR variants first, and then they were made auto fire. The amount of sheer power coming through these rifles is just immense and crazy. However, I'm going to teach you how to use the most out of the rifle without wasting much ammunition, because these do actually only have around 20 rounds per magazine, which sucks. It's like the Bulldog, which I'll get to later in my series. Now, first off, I want to make attachment guide. Coyote red dot sight, my favorite because you get to see more. It doesn't restrict. You don't have like the sight blocking the view like certain red dot sights or T-cross sights or anything like that. Muzzle brake on the barrel. That'll help with our recoil going straight up through the roof. It won't help too much, but it'll do just enough to make it controllable. And last but not least, a folding grip or an angled grip to help with the first shot recoil. This guide will consist of burst firing. This is the tactic used to implement the most out of your saw. I'm sorry, I keep saying saw. It is a saw. It cuts straight through people. But the Scar, it'll get the most out of your Scar, and you'll get the most kills out of it as well. See, already you can see that the bullet spread is a bit tighter. It's not as it's not much of a horizontal spread. It's more of a vertical spread now, which is still bad vertical spread, but it's easy to control when you just flick your stick down, or if you're on the PC, it's really easy to control. Look at that. This is on the PlayStation, by the way. So on the PC, you're pretty much getting laser beam shit. It's a very easy to control rifle, but I'm not even going to be spraying and praying. At least not effectively. Spraying and praying with the saw is a no-no. You should not fucking do that. If you try to spray and pray with the Scar, you're probably going to die, or you're going to miss a lot of shots. And if there's more than one enemy, you're going to die anyway. Now, I do have a rule of 2 thumb as well. And I will have a good example in this video of exactly what you do if there's more than 2 enemies to kill. Say you're a pretty competent gunner, right? You're pretty good. You don't want to go more than 2 enemies. Reason being, the magazine size is just too low. 20 shots won't kill more than 2 people. Maybe 3 if you're lucky. But with the reload times on this Scar H, it's just pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And you're going to need some cover. You're going to have to take a break, and you're going to have to come back out there when you have a full magazine. I think the reload time is around 2 to 2.5 seconds, so it's not too bad, but it's bad in an engagement. Considering the fire rate and all, it's still pretty bad. Going to the weapon's pros and cons, the pros of the weapon is the pure power and the precision of your shots. It's very easy to control when you get the hang of it. The downside to it is the pure recoil of just going straight through the fucking roof. Now, when I call the recoil bad and the controllability of it good, it's just there's no muzzle sway whatsoever. A muzzle sway is basically going left to right, which is really hard to compensate when you're on the controller. It's still pretty hard to compensate on the PC too, because there's just no way to control it. You can go up and down, but side to side it's hard as fuck to control. Now, this is the rule of 2. This is my perfect example. I decided to engage when I saw the other guy run up, but whenever a third guy came in, I knew I was a bit late, and I didn't have enough rounds to finish him off, so I decided to challenge him with a pistol. Too bad I lost because this team spawned behind me. Now I'm going to start burst firing the weapon. Earlier I've just been praying and spraying, and at the very first I did miss a few shots, and I didn't kill that very first guy in the very beginning of the video. You can go back and watch that. I should have brung it up, I'm sorry. But up close, you can go full auto. No problem. Full auto up close, no problem. It's when you go further than 10 feet is when you have a fucking problem. Don't go full auto. Okay, so there's 3 people. I decided to move back, and luckily he didn't see me. He ran away. I would have been killed if he came to me. Now, this is another good example. If anyone decides to pressure you, and you just can't get that shot in, I don't understand how I didn't get the kill. I shot him twice with the revolver, and he just ran straight through my grenade, but whatever. Went back to cover, reloaded, got my health back up. Now, now to show you the effectiveness of the burst fire at range. It's just effective as hell. Look. I got snipers running away from me now. Snipers are running away. And that's how you know you're doing it good. Nah, full auto. Yeah, I decided to pray and spray right there because he was pretty close, but even then, he got away. Now this is a good option to spray and pray right here. See, it's all about range. When they're at range, this is pretty much it. When they're at range, you can probably spray. I don't like to say pray and spray because I don't like to do that. But this is what I was doing. This fucking with this rifle right now. Now, when it comes to hip fire, yes, you can use it up close, but don't even try to do my tactic. Like in my other videos, if you go back and watch my series chronologically, I do say, okay, with an auto rifle, hip fire and then aim down sights so you don't waste any time. But for the essence of this, there's 3. I jump out and I ran away. See, I was gonna die if I stayed in there. Just 2 guys or more. 2 guys you can take. More than 2 guys, no. Anyway, going back to it, do not do the hip fire spread and then aim down sights with this rifle. It just doesn't work. You're gonna run out of bullets in order to take out any more than 2 guys, because that's something that happens a lot in this game, especially in team deathmatch or domination. You're gonna find 2 targets at once or more. Your limit is going to be 2. If you're a god, 3 or 4. I was good enough at one time. Don't judge. But that's pretty much the tactics. I mean, if you follow these rules and you know what to do, hell, there you go. There's nothing to it. It's a very easy rifle to use. You just have to be smart with it. Anyway, that's been my attachment guide and very best setup for the Scar H. Thanks for watching.